What's the craziest thing you think you did while you were trying to conceive before your diagnosis?
So the herbal thing, I mean, I was always kind of doing that
Hmm.
before. The craziest thing is keeping my legs up for 20 minutes and trying to read emails upside down and send emails
Yes.
out and
Yes.
send payroll paychecks upside down. Well, not upside down, legs up.
Yeah.
And and like, oh my God,
And
like
that was
this
normal. That was a normal Tuesday.
that was, it
That's a normal
was a
Tuesday.
Tuesday for payroll to come out Thursday. Yes.
Yes.
So
I know
I
all about it. Oh, that is hilarious. I love it
and
though. I love
and
it.
I remember him saying, "I'm gonna take pictures of this because we should like mark this if you do get
Should
pregnant." Like, oh
frame
my
it. Oh, I wish I had framed it. Mm.
I was like, no, please don't. And then coming out of that, like I don't know if you remember feeling like dizzy and like you're like,
Yeah.
okay, my equilibrium
Hmm.
is off. And yeah, a few days later, I got my period like 3 days later. Is it early or what
Right.
happened? Why did I get my
And
period?
then it's like, well, who the hell do I tell? Who do I have to talk to that I can tell that I had my leg up in the fucking air, okay? For 30 fucking minutes. Like, who do I tell? Who do I run to tell about this? There's not a fucking soul out there. The people be like, there's like, and that's the crazy thing and why you need community because nobody else is gonna understand that thing the way you understand it. And it
And there
never
was no
becomes when you
Facebook
do.
groups then, and
None. There wasn't.
there was no
Mm-mm.
Facebook groups for me to talk to. Let me tell you the
Nope.
best story though. The best story is so we found a doctor. We found a few
Hmm.
doctors. I finally opened up to my
Yeah.
family, my mom about like we're trying to have a baby, but it's not
Hmm.
working naturally. So my mom calls me. We're driving in
Hmm.
LA, windows down, sun's shining, feeling good, like okay.
Hmm. Are you Latina? Are you Latina, Mandy?
So no,
Okay.
my parents are from Trinidad.
Oh, you're West Indian. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I know you probably get that all the time though.
I grew up in Washington Heights, though, in New York, in a Dominican
Uh-huh.
neighborhood. So,
Oh, see, that's where the accent. I'm getting that accent from. Okay,
so
that's
it's
what I
the
thought. I thought you might have been Dominican. Yes,
New York,
way off.
West Indian, like everything
Uh-huh.
mixed in there.
Okay,
My,
now I see the West Indian in these. Now you say it, I see it in you because my mom and my dad have had a lot of West Indian friends for many, many years, and so I see it in you now that you've told me. But I thought you were Dominican, possibly. That's why
I
I
know.
always ask first before I assume.
No, and sometimes I say yes, though, because I'm like, I grew up in a Dominican neighborhood.
Right.
And
Only
people
reason
talk
I ask is
Spanish.
because of the cultural biases about fertility treatments and such. That's why I asked what your cultural background is because um, it's very taboo in brown
Oh, yeah.
communities, So that's why I was
And
wondering. So,
West Indians as well. Like,
hmm,
don't tell a West Indian man that you're having fertility issues because the nonsense that comes out of their mouth
I
is
believe it.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? I'm just not going to say anything.
They don't hold their tongue back. That's what I remember about my dad's friend. He's still alive actually, but he's in his 70s. But he was off the chain
It's
back in the
probably
day.
worse
So
now.
oh my gosh. And yeah, when you get after 70, like, I don't have to answer no goddamn body, okay? I've living on this earth for 70 something years dealing with you guys is BS, okay? Dang on it. Yes, it's every time I see him, he always has something slick to say. So I can only imagine what it would be like going through fertility issues with the Caribbean and or
Oh, yeah.
West Indian man.
So
Yes.
let me tell you what my mom says. So my mom calls
Okay.
me. I put her on speakerphone thinking she's just going to tell me about her routine doctor's
Uh-huh.
appointment. She's like, Mandy, in her accent, I
Hmm.
was in the doctor's office and I was reading a magazine and they were saying how to have a baby naturally. And so I was like, okay, well, what did they say? And she's like, they said that you should do it from the back.
OMG, mom, we are not having this conversation. Like, seriously.
Mortified. And she's on speakerphone, and my husband hears it. He goes, "That's what I've been talking about." Yeah, see, mom knows. Mom knows. So I wanted to
Oh
jump
my
out of a
God.
moving car because my mother just
Ooh.
basically said out loud, "I should do it from the back."
Oh my gosh.
And I don't
That's
think she
hilarious.
understood what that meant.
know. And then like now what you having diagnosis of infertility is like even when you think about it now, you're like, God damn, that was even worse than it was then now that we know. Like this is crazy. But yes, I'm glad you told that story. That was a good laugh. Oh
So
my gosh. So
yes.
after you guys are like you're having these conversations with your mom, these outrageous, outlandish conversations with mom, right? And so when did it after the 3 years, is that when you guys really was like, you know what? We gotta figure what is going on. What is going
So
on?
we after the 3 years of trying on our own, and I'm having sex, got my period, having sex, got my period, having sex.
Mm-hmm.
I went to my OB and I was like, I'm trying to get pregnant and haven't gotten pregnant, and she wasn't really very informative on what I should do. She was just like, you just need to see a specialist. So I was like, okay, well, what is that? Like, what is a specialist? I don't know what a
Mm-hmm.
specialist is. What am I specializing in? Like, I thought an OB is a specialty, anyways. So what does that mean? And she was like, well, you have to find a fertility specialist. So I was like, okay, well,
Mm-hmm.
I find that a little strange because in all honesty, I had never heard of a fertility specialist. It didn't dawn on me that that was a problem. And I didn't even know at the time that there was a doctor specific to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I went home, I went into my insurance, I logged in to see, doctors in that insurance policy. And it said infertility specialist. And so I clicked on it and it said, we don't accept this. Clicked on the other doctor, don't accept, don't accept. So it's like, okay, well, how am I supposed to get these doctors? So I
Mm-hmm.
called